ICP has to be probably one of the most overlooked, most undervalued projects in this space, and it's not even a joke. And in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly why that is. And with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. Let's dive on in real quick to Internet Computer ICP, and more so, let's actually talk about the chart. So I have been posting a ton of trade setups in the Discord. For those out there that are not a part of the Discord, you can join it down in the description below. Shameless plug. But regardless, I have been sharing some nice setups in that Discord. And ICP is currently in a very strong one since about roughly the beginning of September after it hit a low of roughly about $6.80, retesting a major demand zone. We have this nice low back here going back to July 5th, followed by a nice little run up to about $10, almost $11, which was our first high. This is the focus here. So now, after putting in a higher low back in August, the beginning of August, here we have that. This chart setup right now looks pretty solid, especially considering the fact that we now have a higher high put in on this chart. So even if we do come back down to retest about roughly around $7, this is where I want to enter in ICP if I don't have a position yet, because from this point on, I do believe that we will start to kind of trade against this trend, break above this recent high, creating yet again another higher high and targeting this high around roughly $11. Why is that? Because we now have a bullish structure on this chart forming where we are following a higher low, higher high scenario. So I'm watching ICP closely right now while majority of the space is still very bearish on altcoins because they are making lower lows and lower highs. But realistically speaking, on the lower time frames, we are seeing bullish setups that are extremely bullish that will most likely net us a ton of profits once the market, and when I say the market, I more so mean Bitcoin, starts to break out while Bitcoin dominance does break down. So outside of the chart, let's talk a little bit more about why ICP is bullish. So let's start off with AI 2049. So this is a part of Token 2049, the largest event out there. We've been talking about this for a little bit of time now. It is seriously crypto's biggest event, 30,000 plus attendees, 10,000 plus companies, 500 plus speakers, 600 plus exhibitors. And if we actually look at the speakers list here, or at least the attendees, I mean, look at some of these companies that are attending this event. Biggest names out there: BlackRock, Fidelity, Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, HSBC, VanEck, Standard Chartered, and the list just goes on and on and on. I mean, this is a massive event. And at this event, I'm sure that there's going to be some heavy discussions. And from ICP's side, well, they're going to be talking about AI. AI is going to be a very hot topic. It is still a massive focus from the institutional side of things. And I just showed you guys some of the major attendees. Massive institutional names are going to be at this event. So the fact that the DFINITY team is going to be talking about AI and blockchain and the convergence at a time where we continue to see major moves being made around AI. For an example, at the end of August, Coinbase, announced that they saw the first transaction between two AI agents. Outside of that, we also have a post from the World Economic Forum going back to June talking about the immersive technology, blockchain, and AI are converging and how they're reshaping our world. Also followed by crypto hedge fund Pantera, which, by the way, yes, they will be at this major event. They just dished out a $200 million investment into AI. Everyone will be using AI, they quote it. And if we actually look at VC deal flow, we could see some investment coming from the VC side of things into the AI category, as you guys can see on my screen. But also going over here to DeFi Llama, we could see that in August, there was over $107 million raised around AI narratives. Back in July, 120, this is back in July. I don't know why it's saying June here. I guess it's kind of off, but I guess like around June, July. This is definitely off because even May is saying April. But regardless, in July, $120 million roughly. August, 107 million. So the AI narrative and the AI hype is still there in a very, very large way. So if we're thinking about VCs still being interested in AI, we have a massive event filled with a ton of VCs. And of course, the DFinity team is going all in on AI, talking about what they're doing, their on-chain AI tech, the largest decentralized AI Web3 ecosystem and everything. Think about how much focus ICP is going to have. I do think that this could lead to a substantial move on the charts. Like I said, this will most likely be where we start to see that big move to the upside. I'm very excited about this. And again, don't overlook ICP around AI. Now, also building upon that, growth of the ICP network. The growth of smart contract compute on the Internet Computer ICP is accelerating faster than expected. And it's not protocol messages, bots, etc. And this is a post from Dom, and we could see 491,000 transactions per second. This is pretty crazy when we compare it to ETH equivalent transactions. And even right now, even if we go over here, we could see ETH equivalent transactions 1.4 million, guys. That is insane. Transactions right now on ICP, 10.9K transactions per second. There is a massive amount of adoption happening for ICP. It is not even funny on how criminally undervalued ICP actually is. And also, if we go and look at this screenshot, we were sitting at about roughly 11,000 transactions at one point. This is crazy. Now, in my previous ICP video, we did talk a little bit about how ICP has surpassed the 5 terabytes of data storage, growing by 1.5 terabytes in the past year, a 43% year-over-year increase. And this was back in August 21st, actually, just to be specific. If we're looking at this today, this thing is growing significantly. Look at the last month. We're going back to the 17th of August. That's where we're just kind of on the edge of 5 terabytes. Guys, we're at 5.3 almost. That's how fast ICP is growing. It's so hard to keep up with this. Now, also, the big news. This should excite all of you ICP holders out there. And if you don't hold ICP, maybe this will get you to. Guys, the supply of ICP. Circulating supply, 470.4 million. Total supply, 523 million almost. Now, if we go back over here, right, and we look at the homepage, we can see the amount, total ICP value locked. And if we click here, we could see the total staked, roughly 200, almost 40 million ICP. Okay? Again, I just want to show you guys circulating and total supply. If we mix the amount staked of ICP combined with this new announcement that 12,000 ICP was burned. Now you might be saying like, oh, that doesn't matter. Guys, this is in one day. 12,000 ICP burned in one day. Compute on ICP is exploding. Yesterday, 76.4 quadrillion cycles. 12,000 ICP were burned for that compute, highlighting ICP's utility and scalability. Guys, the more that ICP gets used, the more ICP that's going to be burned. This is significantly going to cause ICP to explode in value, as it's already exploding in adoption. I am very excited about this. Now, also, here we have the cycle burn rate. In predictable strong growth a few days ago, compute on the internet computer had grown 400% over the past 12 months. Like, this is no joke. Then Bob.Fund launched a crypto doing proof of work on ICP, and compute grew 20x in days. Classify this as growth or a stress test. And if we actually look at the last 7 days, look at how crazy this went. And for those of you that are looking at this and saying, wow, that's crazy, let's go back over here real quick. So if we look at the cycle burn rate, It's still sitting at about roughly 420 billion.7. Back over here, guys, 408.6 billion. This thing is still growing and growing and growing and growing. It's expanding. It's exploding in use. And by the way, here's a little bit of a chart. ICP burn by time. 1 ICP burn per second. We have ICP price $8, $10, $50, $100, all the way up to $4,000. Now you might be saying, no way is ICP going to $4,000. Over time, if ICP gets massively adopted, which it seems as though it's starting to get heavily adopted, it can burn significant amounts of ICP. Here we have cycle burn in trillions. Again, right now, let's go back over here. We're sitting at about 426.7 billion. So we're pretty far away from that. But if we get to the point where a lot of adoption happens, we just get 7 trillion cycles burned. Guys, 3.6 thousand ICP, 86.4 thousand ICP, 86.4 thousand ICP. I think that this was actually, this calculation was wrong for the weekly. I think it was just a mistake. But monthly, 2.6 million, annually 31.5 million ICP burned. Guys, this is crazy. This is crazy. Think about that. At just $8, you're talking about almost $3 million burned annually. That's how significant the use of ICP could get to and how much ICP could be burned. I'm telling you guys right now, don't overlook ICP at this current moment in time, especially as expansions are happening, growth is happening, massive amounts of transactions are happening. I keep telling you guys about the canisters, right? Although, yes, the stats are just insane here. But there is so much happening around ICP. If we come back down here, there's over 559,000 canisters on ICP. Which, for those that don't know, these are dApps and smart contracts. 559,000. And if we look at this, right, in just like the last 1 month, this has been going crazy. Guys, back in August, the middle of August, 527,000. We're at 559,000. Transactions last month as well. Look at this massive step that we just took. That's how crazy and how fast ICP is growing. Look at the burn. Almost 2 trillion cycles burn rate per second. That's wild. Don't miss ICP. I'm just going to say that one more time. Don't miss ICP. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.